What's going on, boys? Today is Sunday, and on Sunday we like to come into the shop and we like to talk about business, we like to talk about shop, we like to talk about girls, we like to talk about life, we like to talk about everything, okay? So today we have a little bit of different setup. I wanted to get a little bit more classy and get ready for my studio build that I'm building up in the loft. And plus I wanted to, I have other stuff to do today that I have to wear something nice for, so here we are. Anyways, last week I didn't answer any Sunday business talk questions because I got really busy this week. This week was incredibly busy. I didn't have time to do anything. So we're finally catching up with everything. I got new internet, way faster, way better. We'll be uploading a lot more videos like we used to. I also got a couple cigars that were gifts from a couple friends. So I figured, hey, why not spark one up and enjoy it with the boys? Because there's nothing better than to spark up a cigar and talk shop and business and women and life over a nice cigar. And if you guys didn't know, I have my Snap-on torch that I use to solder wires with. So it actually came perfect because I was like, how do I need to light my cigar, but I don't have a lighter. This is perfect. Anyways, I hope you guys like the setup. I got my Auto Mechanic Fundamentals book here. This book is a book from a high school back in the 60s. It actually has a bunch of stuff about carburetors and classic cars. It's actually a really good book. It's like my UTI book, but classic, like from the 50s. It's pretty amazing. My favorite book in my library. But anyways, having a good Sunday. There's nothing better than hanging out with the boys, smoking a cigar, just talking about business. So let's get right into it, boys. No particular order with the questions, to be honest with you guys. I just printed them out and then I'm going to answer them. So there's no particular order. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast today or the video, whatever you guys watch it as. But anyways, let's get right into it. Bo Hagen asks, has a woman ever offered to suck your for services on her car that she couldn't afford? Bo, no. That only happens in pornos. I recommend you stop watching porn and get to work, because once you stop masturbating, you'll be very productive, you'll have a lot more energy, and you'll actually get some shit done. So I recommend you lay off the porn and get to work. I recommend that for everybody too. Porn is bad for you, okay? Porn makes you fucking weak, a beta male. Get off of it. Get off of it, boys. All right. Frank Barrera asks, what do you think about registering your business as an LLC or corporation? And is it worth doing? Frank, I definitely recommend you set up your business as an LLC or corporation. I recommend you doing this after you actually have customers. Number one thing about business, boys, is you want to get your customers first. A lot of you guys are starting your shop off or are barely getting going with it. I don't want you guys to focus on things that aren't going to be important in the beginning. In the beginning, all you want to focus on is marketing and getting your shit together and getting customers in through the door. After you do that, then you can focus on how the hell do I manage my money? How the hell do I do this? You want to have an idea before you go into business, of course. I'm not saying don't ignore it. What I'm saying is that you got to focus on what's most important in the beginning. After you're in business, and I'm going to assume Frank is, then yes, you definitely want to set up a corporation or LLC. There's two reasons why you want to do this. Reason number one is because a LLC or corporation is going to protect you in case somebody sues you. Let's say you work on a car and the customer leaves and the tire falls off and they kill somebody on the freeway. They're going to come after you. And a corporation, if you have your business set up as a corporation, the person can only come after the corporation and what the corporation owns. Only those assets, right? They can't come after you personally because you technically don't own the business. The business is owned by the corporation. So that's why you want to have one. It's because it protects you from stuff like that, from being sued. Because what ends up happening is if you run your business as a sole proprietor, as if you own it legally, then if you get sued, the person can come after your business and how much the business is worth, all the assets the business owns, and they can come after you. So they'll come after you and they'll take all your money, they'll take your house, they'll take your cars, they'll take your other properties that you own, any other business that you own. It's really bad. So do not set up a business as a sole proprietor. It's very cheap to do too. You can go on LegalZoom and then fill out the paperwork. It's very easy, and I recommend it. I highly recommend it if you're going to be in a business like ours where you have a lot of liability, okay? Reason number 2 you want to set up your business as a corporation or LLC is because the tax breaks that you get from it. So as a corporation, your business gets taxed once. As a sole proprietor, you get taxed twice. You get taxed personally, and then the business gets taxed too. So it's a really unfair system, and it's fucked up. That's why we set up S corps and LLCs and corporations, because the business gets taxed and you get paid as an individual, but you don't get taxed twice for all the income that you make. If you have any more questions about this, you have to talk to your accountant or your lawyer that can help you set up your corporation, because they'll be able to answer any more nuanced questions and really inform you guys of what you guys need to know. Now, I've talked about setting up my studio upstairs, and the reason why I want to set that up is because I want to bring in trusted professionals. All the people that I deal with, like my accountant, my lawyer, I want to bring those people in because they'll be able to answer these questions for you in more depth. I'll be able to say, why does somebody as a business owner want to have an LLC over a corporation? What's the benefits? What are the tax benefits? Liability? They'll be able to answer those questions in a lot more nuance than I can. I can, but I'm not. I don't do this stuff on a daily basis. I can't give you guys examples. I've never. You know what I mean. So that's why I want to set up that studio, and I also want to be able to say, hey guys, we're gonna have a accountant come in. What are your questions for accounting? And you guys have amazing questions, so I know they'll be able to bring a lot of value to the channel and for you guys that want to open up businesses. So we'll be doing that, and we'll be able to answer these questions that you guys have in a lot more detail. But definitely set up a corporation or LLC. Okay. Matt Nixon asks, what style of torsion bar unloading tool do you recommend for GM trucks? Thanks. There's only one style that I've seen. It's like a screw. It's like man, I can't describe it. I'll put a picture of it here. But what it does, it just moves the torsion bar key up, relieves the pressure on the torsion bar, and then you remove the pin, and that's it. And then you unscrew it, and then you're good to go. I've never seen any other style. If you guys know another style, let me know. But it's basically one style that I've ever seen. I'll put a link in the description below too to an Amazon one, so you guys can buy it or look at it, whatever. Yeah. Okay. All right. Trevor Zampetti asks, question: how did you create your websites to sell products? Do you order stock as people request or keep surplus? What about accepting payments or shipping costs? Trevor, this is a very in-depth question that I could talk about all day, but let me give you the gist. I set up my website with WooCommerce. My friend Victor Pride has a really good website service called BadNet, BADNET. And what they do is they set up a website for you, a blog. And what I did was I said, hey Vic, I need a website set up, e-commerce website. Can you set it up? He goes, yeah, it's gonna be WordPress based, and we're gonna set up WooCommerce. You could run your website like that. And I said, yeah, no problem, do it. So he did it. His people did it. They set up my website, and I put up products. It's very easy. You can use there's all kinds of websites that you can use to set up a store. There's Shopify. There's WooCommerce. Fuck, there's so many. It's plug and play. You just set it up, and you're good to go. Now, the reason why I don't like those websites personally is because I don't have a lot of control over it. At the end of the day, you're always at the mercy of another person. With my websites, I own them. I own the domain. Nobody kicked me off their platform. The reason why this is important to me is because I have a lot of friends that are pretty controversial, and they are on other people's platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, So they put up all their content on those websites. And if they get controversial, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all those websites can kick them off. And that's bad. That's really bad, especially if you build a business around your content. It's really bad because at the end of the day, you're at their mercy. So if shit gets crazy, they'll kick you off and you can't do anything about it. Same thing with Shopify and all those other websites. I prefer to have as much control as possible over my businesses, over my livelihood. So I never want to leave it up to anybody else. So for me, I use WooCommerce because it's under my control. Do you order stock as people request or keep surplus? I keep surplus. So I have to order my gloves and my t-shirts in advance and then ship them out. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a company that can ship them out for me or do any of that stuff, or even affiliate. Like I can't even find companies that can even do ship properly. It's insane, boys. When you guys get into business, you guys are gonna see how important it is to find people that actually do what they say they're gonna do. Number one, number two, can deliver on everything they say they're gonna do. I guess it's the same thing. But anyways, yeah, I keep surplus and I had to do it myself because nobody else can. It's ridiculous, the world we live in. I can't believe people don't want to make any money. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I keep surplus on my gloves and my t-shirts. Like I said, it's very hard. It's hard to find people that can actually do the job. So that's how I do it. What about accepting payments or shipping costs? Shipping costs, I use stamps.com. That's their shipping rate, whatever. I do about 10 packages a day, which ends up being not enough for me to get any type of like discount yet. I have to do a lot more for them to give me a discount. What about accepting payments? So my payment company, I use PayPal, and MasterCard has a bunch of ways to accept payments. A couple things you have to do with that though is you have to make sure that your website is secure. On the left-hand side of the URL, on the address tab, you will see that there's like a little green lock, which means the website is secure. That's what happens when you smoke. But yeah, it's very easy, boys. Nowadays, everything is so simple. Back in the day, I have friends like my buddy Mike Cernovich. He was telling me, he goes, Nestor, back in the day, blogging was crazy. We had to set up a Word. It was like a document, and they had to script it, and then they had to upload it. It was a pain in the. It wasn't a pain in the butt, but it wasn't as easy as it is now. But nowadays, everything's very simple. You can do anything that you want to do. It's very easy. You have YouTube. YouTube it. It's very easy to do. K. All right, let me repeat that question because my camera shut off. K. Kobler asked, what do you do when someone brings in a real dog car, been worked on, maybe parts have been removed and not put... Christ! Fucking camera. What do you do when someone brings in a real dog car, been worked on, maybe parts have been removed and not put back because the owner tried fixing it or another shop gave up? Do you take the challenge or say no? I'm not working on it. I normally don't work on people's cars that have been worked on. Like if they gave up, if something's been removed and not put back together, I say no because I'm gonna be missing bolts. I'm not gonna know how. I could probably figure it. I'm pretty sure I could figure out how to put it back together, but it's just too much hassle. My time is worth way more than that. I'm not gonna be fixing somebody else's mistakes. So no, I do not take on people's cars that have been worked on and have been torn apart and left like that. Hey! There's fucking birds on my skylight. All right. Marcelo Contreras asked, hey, I started watching your videos one day by accident. I liked the content. When did you decide to start your own shop and what plans you made before actually doing it? Probably you covered this before, but I haven't come across that video yet and I'm curious. LOL. Keep up the good work. Yes, we have covered that before. I recommend you guys watch all of my old Sunday business talks. Watch them all from beginning to end. I covered a lot of this stuff already. But, quick rundown. I decided to start my shop back in 2014. Well, that's when I actually opened it. I decided to open up my shop and be in business man, when I was like 17, I said, you know what? I want to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to run my own business. And that's what I did. So when I was 16, what plans? A couple plans that I had before I opened up my shop. My first one was I had to make sure that I had enough money to cover all my expenses before I opened up. The last thing you want is for you not to have enough money to push through the bad months. Some months you don't make any money. Some months you come very close to breaking even. Some months you don't break even at all. So you want to be able to have enough money in the bank to cover any expenses and any surprises that come up. What ends up happening, boys, a lot of reasons why businesses go out of business is because they can't hold on for that period of time that is the bad period of time. So a regular business won't break even for 3 years. After the 4th or 5th year, they might make money. So you have to take that literally, because literally that's how most businesses work. So you have to have enough money in the bank to be able to cover your expenses for 3 years. Yes, I broke even after 2 months. After 2 months, I was making money. After the first month, I was really making money. But you have to know that you're going to go through some hard times. And to get through those hard times, you're going to need the money in the bank for you to be able to deal with any problems that might arise. Remember, money fixes everything. Everything. So if you have money in the bank, you'll be able to get through any issues, and you are going to have issues. Besides that, I had a marketing plan. I knew what I was going to do for my marketing. I knew I was going to do flyers. I knew I was going to do Yelp, Google, review websites. I knew I was going to do all that good stuff. So I had a marketing plan in place. And the marketing plan was very simple. Tell people I'm in business. Tell people that I opened up a shop. And that's what you want to keep in mind. Open up a business, have everything ready with the shop, your tools, your everything, but also have a plan to tell people that you're in business. Because if you just open up a shop, nobody's going to show up. The whole adage of if you build it, they will come, that's fucking bullshit. You build it, and then you tell people you built it, and then they will come. They're missing that one little piece. And that's why people go out of business, because they don't know how to do marketing. They don't know how to tell people, hey, come to my shop, we're open. So those are the only 2 things I had planned out. The main 2 things. Jay Smith also asked, Nestor, mobile mechanic versus working out of your garage, which one would you prefer? I prefer working out of my garage. The reason why is because mobile mechanic businesses are very tough for me anyways, because I have to go to a person's house, then figure out what's going on with the car, then go to AutoZone and pick up the parts, bring them back, make sure everything's good, install them. What if something's wrong? I have to go back to AutoZone, and then if they don't have the part, I got to go to another AutoZone. If they don't have the part, then I got to go to Napa. If they don't have the part, okay, they finally have the part. Come back, do the job, and then leave. That takes forever. And you can only work on one car at a time. So if you don't have a place to work, then yeah, that's fine. But if you do, work out of your garage. Jay Smith asks, Nestor, should you write out a business plan before starting a shop? Yes. You should, because it'll give you a better idea of what you need to do. Okay, a lot of people that start off businesses don't know what the hell they're doing. So business plan is going to be able to give you an idea. Okay, the structure of a business plan is what's your business, what's the mission of your business? What are your financials looking like? What do your competition look like? What are the locations that you're looking at? What's your marketing plan? The business plan essentially just opens your eyes up to a lot of different things that you might not have thought of. And I recommend it. I definitely recommend it. Even if you don't get like a full-blown badass business plan that you're going to use to get a loan, you at least want to have something on paper to get you at least exposure to different business ideas. How are you going to run your business? As an LLC or as an S Corp or as a sole prop? When you see that and you see, oh, the business plan is asking me to fill out whether I'm going to be an LLC or corporation, what are the difference? Then you start asking those questions. What do they mean by expenses? What's an expense? Oh, fuck, I got to make sure that I know how much I'm wasting on gas, or how much I'm using for for this, a business plan does that. It exposes you to ideas you might not have thought of before. So I definitely recommend it.